Hey YouTube, so basically in this episode we're reviewing Parasyte the Maximum episode 16, and man, let me tell you right off the bat, this episode was going in. This is probably one of the best episodes that I've seen in a while. Pretty much every episode's been on point so far. So I really want to start off with where we left off last episode because I thought it was hilarious how Migi was asleep and Shinichi basically didn't want to go into this fight without the help of Migi. So basically he just took off running. He was booking it. He said, I ain't about this life. I'm not really into this right now. So he knew that he wouldn't stand a chance without Megan. This episode starts off with a flashback going into the detective that was hired by that Parasyte who posed as Shinichi's teacher for a while. Two other Parasytes went and tried to kill him, but instead they killed his family and they didn't kill him, so they basically let him get away. And these other Parasytes don't understand the way she thinks. And I think that's because this Parasyte who took over this woman's body is really interested in understanding human beings. She believes that understanding the way human beings think is a crucial component in their survival and their ability to, I guess, set up some kind of established way of living, some kind of protocol for their way of life. It's important to cohabit with human beings. And she's trying to reason with these other parasites who seem to be a little bit more animalistic. They are very simple-minded in the way they think. Let's get back to the fight here. Shinichi and Migi are fighting a Parasyte who we begin to believe his name is Miki. So we see that the body is kind of disjointed from some of the movements, like the limbs kind of look like they're moving independently of one another. And so there's really no coordination between the different strikes of the blades on each hand. In fact, they run into each other and bump each other, and that actually ended up saving Shinichi from being killed a few times in this battle. 3 different Parasytes inhabiting one body. So they lure him into the woods, things in the environment that's going to get in the way of the Parasyte being able to move freely and attack them. So it's a part of their strategy to bring him down. Migi thinks that if they cut off this Parasyte's head, then he should die. And they make a fast break for his head and are able to cut his head off, and they think they won the battle. But it turns out that this Parasyte can be detached from the body, and another Parasyte can come and take the host position at the head. And the Parasyte that comes over and joins the head, either the boss or the guy who attacked those people the other day, the Yakuza. I'm not sure which one it is. I think it's the guy who attacked the Yakuza, because then he changed his face. And all of a sudden, with this new head, the original head, I suppose he was sleeping similar to the way Migi sleeps when he gets tired. The Parasytes must take turns controlling the body. When he's in control of the body is more coordinated, it's more fluent. He's got a lot more control. He's doing a lot of amazing things. So the environment that Migi and Shinichi led them into as a trap actually turned out to be to their disadvantage. It kind of reminds me of the King's battle with Netero and Hunter x Hunter. The way he's going all around. So Shinichi starts booking it. He starts running out of the woods as fast as he can. He's trying to get out of there. So they managed to get on the back of a truck that's passing by, which is something that they've been doing a lot of in this little part of the story. And we get to see this Parasyte that has all these different Parasytes incorporated into his body have the ability to morph his different limbs into different animals' parts. It almost looks like he had deer hoofs or something like that as feet. And so he starts running like 60 kilometers plus to catch up with this truck. Migi actually comes through for the win. He goes inside the truck through the window on the side of the truck, and he grabs a hold of the wheel of the truck, and he swings the truck over in front of oncoming traffic, because the Parasyte with the multiple different Parasytes in the one body, they're climbing onto the side of the truck adjacent to the oncoming traffic. So he kind of eclipses the guy with the oncoming traffic and knocks him off. The truck driver then, he looks back and he says, oh, this guy just got hit. He was hanging on the side of my vehicle. And he's like, this doesn't have anything to do with me. This is my fault that this guy is doing all this. And this truck driver did not care. He was like, man, I'm getting up out of here. He just kept driving. Tamiya Reiko or something like that, she's explaining to the 2 Parasytes who killed the detectives' families that they don't understand how humans work. And if you kill a human's family and you let the human escape, you're giving them motivation she basically described the human race as appearing to be weak compared to the parasites, individually weak compared to the parasites. But in reality, what humans are is one giant organism composed of millions of individual minds. And the minute that they don't come correct, and the minute that they step out and threaten that, then they're going to lose, she says. Well, that's motivation to give these other parasites reason to believe that they don't understand Reiko. They don't understand what she's thinking. They don't understand her way of thinking about the whole situation, and they start to have doubts about her. They start to think that she's dangerous. They start to think that maybe they need to go ahead and kill her, wipe her off the map. They need to just go ahead and put an end to it. And things that she's saying seems completely illogical and irrational to them. But as you remember in those last couple of episodes, I think it was the last episode, we saw her in a psychology class at a college, at a university, learning about human nature and animal nature. So she's got a better understanding of humans than the rest of these guys do, and they don't want to listen to her. So going back to Shinichi basically starts his life living on the run. So at this point, I'm thinking that this anime has really started to, you know, surpass all of my expectations of what I thought were going to happen. It's kind of like the studio Madhouse doesn't pick anything that isn't good. They really do such a great job at adapting the manga, and they bring so much to the table that I'm almost wondering if I were to read this manga myself, would I get the same thing from it? Would I pull, like, if I read a few chapters of Hunter x Hunter because of the Madhouse rendition of 2011 Hunter x Hunter anime, and I got to tell you right now, the art sucked compared to it. The story was generally the same. They stuck to the story very closely. So I think that's probably what they're doing with Parasyte as well. But this studio is on the money. So back to the review. So at the end of the episode, you see 3 parasites that gang up on Reiko outside of her apartment. And she just walks out there and confronts them like a boss. She's like, you know, I can sense your killing intent. It's about to go down, so it's whatever. While at the same time, she's unaware of the fact that she's being followed by the detective whose family got killed. So the detective somehow is able to spy on the parasites without being detected. So the parasites don't seem to have a heightened sense of awareness, except for the fact that they can sense other parasites because they emit some kind of signal. And he seems to be headed to do something related to some kind of construction equipment, like maybe a wrecking ball. I'm thinking he might destroy Reiko's apartment with her child still inside and kill it. I'd be interested to see how she reacts to that, seeing as parasites don't have human emotions and they really don't understand empathy or any type of traits like that. But with this parasite in particular, she seems to be gaining a greater understanding of human emotions. I wonder if she's capable of feeling some of those herself. This is all so fascinating, guys, and I will be looking forward to your comments. Hopefully you can comment, like, subscribe this video, and that's it for this review from Review Hunter. So I'll see you guys later.